Alright, I'm going to do a little update on the AR pistols and the brace issue. This is something in the next couple months. I guess the ATF is going to change their ruling again on this. And I'll discuss the options and what I truly believe it is. But like I said in the other video, earlier versions of this were made differently where there was no brace, or a brace is a very simple little piece of plastic or strap. And as time went on, accessories changed. You know, this is still considered a brace, and at this point in time, legal. And it does move on this buffer tube that has positions for an adjustable device, be it a stock or a brace. Some of the earlier AR pistols just had a round tube where you couldn't attach anything to. And then again, another point. And this is a thing, like I said, some of the lower receivers would have been in the scroll here, or would say handgun or pistol on. And then several people have brought up the fact that when you go and get a strip lower receiver, you would be asked by the dealer, you know, are you going to build or assemble a rifle or assemble a pistol with this? And then somewhere in the paperwork, it would be denoted, or these stripped lowers would get a designation, okay, usually with the FFL or the gunsmith on what these are. Now, in some states, I can see where this is an issue, and this is another thing. How everything goes between the states is all different also. Different restrictions are on the state and local level, not on the federal level. So the big question is, and everyone's making videos about it, is what's going to happen here when in December the ATF changes the designation on these. Now, as far as I know right now, this is still legal, okay? It's still pistol brace. Now, a lot of people bring up on YouTube, okay, that if I fire this weapon like this against my cheek using it, you're okay. But if you put it to your shoulder, you're not okay. All right, now you're using this as a short barrel rifle. And this is basically the crux of the matter. So, from what I've seen from several other sites, here are the options when you're going to have an amnesty period and all this other stuff. So when ATF changes this designation, and a lot of people say that they can, it's not legal, it's not binding, it doesn't matter. It's just going to start a lot of controversy, okay, and confusion. So the choices that you will have, and the reason I mentioned about these lowers being designated pistol or rifle, that's going to come up when I go over the choices, to where, you know, it's kind of bullshit in the ATF what they're telling you to do. That doesn't matter. So it contradicts this other ruling. So when this amnesty period comes and they change the rulings, I guess the different choices you will have, okay, choice one is to take this weapon and turn it in to be destroyed or whatever, I guess, or confiscated. Turn it in to the ATF, okay? So that's one choice, you know, and they mentioned turn the weapon in. It's contraband, it's, you know, turn it in. Second choice is to take this, you'll have your amnesty, and have it registered with the federal government as a controlled weapon, like a machine gun, a suppressor, destructive device, all these things that have to have a $200 transfer tax. Go and take this and submit the paperwork and get it registered as a short-barreled rifle. Now, this, I believe, is just an attempt at a backdoor form of registration of firearms, okay? because people don't really know that in the 1968 Act that requires you to fill out the paperwork and the forms for the guns, there is another law that was also included in that whole thing back in 1968. It is actually against the law for the federal government to acquire a database of who owns what firearms. You know, a lot of people don't mention that. That is against the law. So this is why they have to declare this a restricted item, and that's how they're going to try to get you a backdoor form of registering these guns in a federal database. All automatic weapons in civilian hands are, you know, supposedly legal ones, are registered and in a federal database. Okay, so turn the gun in, register it. Next choice, number 3. Okay, and people said this. They talked to lawyers. Take the said brace off the gun. Okay, choice number 3. Simply remove the brace. And now this is legally a pistol, like it was designed. Okay, so while everybody's panicking and going crazy, legal, illegal, the simplest thing for you to do to stay out of trouble, take the brace off. They're giving you this option. You take off the brace, the whole issue goes away. Okay? And you just got something with a buffer tube on it, no brace. Okay? You're okay. You don't have to turn it in, you don't have to register it, nothing, as long as this brace is detached. And one of the clauses destroy it. Okay? But, you know, this is where it's weird. If you take the brace off, you're good. Okay, no problems, no worries, you're not breaking the law, none of this crap. All right, so they're giving you an easy way out without having to actually register, turn in, destroy, or anything. They're giving you a way out. Now, the other and last choice, okay, and this is where it brings the controversy in about this crap, whether or not this lower was for a pistol or for a rifle, if it's marked pistol, you know. There are other choices to take the short-barreled or pistol-barreled upper receiver off the gun. Sorry about that, my hands ain't working that good. So, we take our pistol, and what we do, we remove the pistol upper, okay, with the short barrel. We remove the pistol brace, okay? And it says, they say, if you go and place an upper with a 16-inch barrel, which is now the minimal barrel length, you put this upper on the lower, and then you can attach whatever, a regular stock, or if you wish to put the brace back on. You can put the brace back on as long as the gun has a 16-inch barrel. That is your fourth option underneath this new ruling, is just change it into a carbine or a rifle. So, again, another simple option, keeps you out of trouble, just assemble the damn thing into a rifle. But this blows the, what I designated the lower for out of the water. Because somebody did bring up in the comments, it was a gun shop or gunsmith, got a bunch of lowers, designated them all handguns. Well, he wasn't selling a lot of AR handguns, or there was a screw up, he grabbed the wrong lower that was cited as a handgun, built a carbine on the lower, sold the lower, or sold the gun, the assembled gun, as a legal rifle to an individual that was under the age of 21, but then when they went back, how they would do this or how true the story is, I don't know. But then there was a legal problem that was actually a handgun, irregardless if it had a 28-inch barrel on it. It was still somewhere recorded as a handgun and was sold to an individual under the age of 21, being 19 or 20 years old. And this is a federal violation. The minimum age for purchase of a handgun, I believe, is 21 years of age. So a lot of this is kind of hard to sort out. The ATF is telling you that, even though this was designated a handgun one way or the other, to just convert it to a rifle and you're not breaking the law anymore, but are you violating another ruling or what? So there's a lot of confusion, okay? The only thing I can tell you is, you got to watch yourself, all right? Because this is so confusing, so convoluted, and really the only time any of this is going to matter is when something happens where law enforcement is involved and they have your gun. I doubt very much that the ATF is going to just do a sweep of the whole country and start raiding homes and that doesn't sound feasible, and to me I think it's impossible. But say you were out running around your neighborhood in the middle of the night with a pistol with a brace on it, did something where the police stop you or whatever, or driving in a car with it, and you get stopped and they find it, in the vehicle. This is where you could get in trouble. Now, a lot of people say that all this is unconstitutional, doesn't stand up to court of law. That could be true. But here's the thing. If there is question and if there's legal issues, you still have to hire a lawyer, and it will cost you money to go to court, sort this out. Or basically, in a lot of places, if there's some question about the firearm, the police basically will confiscate it and not give it back to you. You'll lose the gun. It'll be in limbo or something. I've seen that happen. And that also varies from your state, locale, and local laws or whatever, or basically how the local police handle such things. So that's the thing. So if you find yourself at the end of this, when it goes in December, just pull the brace off. Let's do the easiest and take the brace off, destroy it, whatever, put it away. Then your trouble ends right there. Simple solution. You don't have to convert it back into a rifle. You can, I can do that simply, and problem solved. But take the brace off. If you feel the need to register, register. I doubt anybody would turn it in for it to be destroyed, but that is your other option also. So I believe it's a bunch of bull, and it just leaves you, the individual, in a position with all this nonsense and no clarity, and as usual with our government, nothing's functioning correctly, okay? It could leave you in a bad spot where you have legal issues, and even if you don't end up with a conviction, you could forfeit the firearm or end up paying a lawyer a lot of money to get your ass out of trouble, okay? So that's my view on it. So like I said, just take the brace off and you're good. That's what I would advise you, or just put it away, Then the thing with me is, now that I've been seen firing these pistols with the brace, is YouTube going to come back and burn me for having short barrel rifle videos on YouTube that I made 4 years ago when it was legal, and now it's not legal? Okay, this is what makes me nervous, okay? I'll just sell these parts off or something and get rid of it other than and deal with the stuff. But I've made videos where I put these braces to my shoulder, and now they're going to say, well, now what you're doing, you're with an illegal weapon. So that's another thing. I might have to go delete another 100 videos or 50 videos or whatever, me going back till 2010 if I ever had a pistol or, you know, AR pistol. So that's my thoughts on it, guys. Stay tuned.